Welcome back.
Hello, hello.
Hey, hello. Welcome back to the LinkedIn Authority Live. This is brought to you by the Personal Brand Network. Myself, Tavia Sharp, image expert and strategist, and Paul Logan is a talent LinkedIn brand strategist. And we come together and do these live streams just for you because we want to talk about the power of LinkedIn and building your personal brand and what that has done for both of us, but also our clients and who we work with. Paul and I work with executives, consultants, entrepreneurs, CEOs, and busy professionals who are looking to brand themselves using LinkedIn and beyond. But we know the power of LinkedIn is probably being underutilized by most of you. So we really want to come here and give you strategic tips so you can learn how to elevate your brand using this platform. So why don't we get into today's topic?
Yeah, good.
Okay, cool. So today we want to talk about the power of building your premium personal brand and what that looks like, because it's not just like who you are and what you do, right? But your premium brand sets you apart
It's your
and
narrative.
makes you right.
It's your narrative, right?
It's
'Cause
your
like,
narrative.
you want
Yes.
to set that, or do you want to have somebody else set it for you? Essentially. And on the digital side of things, these things can be automatically populated based on, your lack of due diligence and putting information up there, right? And so, I mean, I personally am going to be, 100% dialed in, making sure my narrative is set in the way in which I want to put it out there. And many people don't even realize that their narrative is set for them in a way in which can, you know, deter business or deter network or relationship building. So it's something that should be dialed in on when it regards content or how you're communicating for sure.
Yes, exactly. And it is really the thing that makes you that go-to expert, right? Because you're most likely you are an expert in what you do. And whether that you're working for a company or you're working for yourself, and maybe you just don't know how to position yourself as that expert, right? And we have to be honest. First impressions are what people notice. And if you're
Mm-hmm.
not being more visible, if you're not creating a brand where you're actually saying like this is who I am and this is what I value and this is like what makes me different, sets me apart from that other expert, right? Or those other experts because we all have competition.
Right. What's your
And
differentiator? Why do people want to work with you? What's
exactly, what's the differentiator? Yeah,
we
it
were just
makes a
talking about this
difference.
before, right? Like how important it is to be genuinely connecting with your audience, because when it comes to hiring anybody for a company, or if someone's going to hire you to do a service, it's going to be someone in which they can genuinely connect with, right? On a personal and professional level, because 9 out of 10 times when we're working with somebody, it's intimately, especially when it comes to branding, right? So we really want to dial in and understand how we can make somebody show up online that makes sense. And sometimes that's breaking it down and getting a little personal, and incorporating your personal and professional brand as one, because they shouldn't be separate. They should be together. And they should be setting the narrative in which, people want to see and, you want to show up for.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, I guess we should get into it. Like, what makes your brand premium, and what helps you become that go to expert? And I think number one is actually showing up, okay? Like, not just writing something, on LinkedIn, like, here's who I am in third person, like, really actually saying, like, this is who I am, and having a unique approach, a unique voice, a communication style, also how you create an image that makes people want to say like, who is this person? I want to get to know them, right? Do you have something that is more differentiating and that helps you stand out, because that's what catches our attention, right? That's what helps stop the scroll, is what I like to say, because we're all scrolling. I'm guilty of it. I'm Paul. I know you're guilty of it too. We're all
You are, right?
scrolling on social media. We're like swipe, swipe, swipe. What makes you stop is something interesting, because
And on
there's
LinkedIn, it's
just
that headline,
right.
right? It's going to be
Yes.
the headline, and it's going to be that bubble, your bubble head, right? Because those are the two things that someone's going to see when they're searching for somebody. Even if you're commenting
Yes.
or somebody finds your page based on doing a search, through many of their filters, whether it's industry, company, job title, making sure that that headline is going to capture their attention, highlight your differentiator, showcase your expertise, but also doing it in a way in which no one else is doing it, right? You want people to be like, wow, what does that even mean, right? How do I learn more? And that's when you're going to get somebody onto your page, right? To your storefront is what we like to say. And how is your storefront showing up for you? Do you have a banner? Has your banner been updated and customized? Has your profile photo been updated? Is it just you in your profile photo, right? And is it strategically aligned with your brand, right? And we talk about elevating your brand. What colors are you using? Because all of these things matter. And people sometimes, might not think of it to be an importance, but when it comes down to setting up a brand, these are all things that we're discussing on the forefront before we even get started.
Exactly. So, that's really the first step, is like actually building your storefront. Without that, you don't have anything to go on, because people are searching for you, whether you met them at a networking event, or, people are looking for you for a potential job opportunity or speaking engagement. Like, they're going to research you. What is coming up? Online in general, like, what is your reputation, your digital reputation? And then what is LinkedIn saying about you? That's number one. Number two is, how are you communicating, right? Because I know I have seen so many amazing experts who are not taking advantage of LinkedIn as a platform. They're not posting, they're not doing videos, they're not sharing behind the scenes, they're not taking us into your life, right? I see a lot of experts and professionals just reposting content, right? Maybe it's like, oh, here's an article, right? It's an easy thing to do, but it's not really taking a point of view or a stance on anything. It's like, it's okay to do that here and there, but I think you need to be showing up and saying something, right? Of value, your opinion, like, bring people into your world. Like, this is how we connect, and we make it social, not just reposting an article, right, Paul?
Listen, reposting should be part of your strategy, but not your entire content communication strategy, right? There needs to be some framework around it and how you're communicating with your community online, right? And it should be at least several times a week, if not 2 times a day, 1 time a day for LinkedIn specifically, and making sure that, maybe a video, also photos of yourself tend to trend higher. But the more you're communicating about what your expertise is, how you can teach or people can learn from you, that's how you're going to get the uptick on that algorithm, right? But from resharing, maybe that's going to let people, see some content that maybe you enjoyed reading about, but at the end of the day, that's not showing your expertise or showing any value that you can, provide somebody else, right? Because at the end of the day, people want to understand what value they're going to receive from you. And that's going to come from the content that you're sharing online, because 9 to 10 times you're not doing your service through the live feed, right? You're doing it once somebody has learned about what you can do and how you can help them.
Yeah. And also, I want to say, like, you could be taking advantage of this service just like we're doing now. We're doing a live stream using LinkedIn Live. And so if you want to be somebody who's creating a show or a podcast, or, you want to do more live streaming, you could do that live streaming using LinkedIn. I mean, that in itself is how you connect with your audience, your network. And we should also say that when you post something on LinkedIn, somebody who comments and likes on it, that post will then be shared to their network. So that's the cool thing about LinkedIn, right?
Yeah. I agree. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to talk over you, but I just got excited because that's one of the more unique aspects of LinkedIn is when you do comment on someone's post thread, then you're now going to be showing up on their in front of their network, right? And that doesn't happen across any other social channel. And so that is really one easy and low hanging fruit to begin doing, right? But also, to your point, right, we should be posting our own content, but also commenting on other people's content as well. So the engagement needs to be going both ways.
Yes, exactly. So we should be commenting on other people's content as well to get in front of new people and build our network that way. And every time you meet somebody at a networking event, virtual or in person, you should be connecting with them on LinkedIn, hands down. So, these are, I think, the places to start if you want to build a premium personal brand. So hope you got some good takeaways from today, and we'd love to hear from you. So comment below, share your thoughts. What questions do you have? We would love to engage with you and interact, and let us know what you want to hear more of. We have some topics planned, but we can always
We're adaptable.
right? Exactly. So yes, so you'll see us again next week, and that's it for now.
Bye, y'all.
Bye, everyone.